Okay, so we've completed our front page. What we need to do next is create the functionality that will enable us to view or edit or add departments. And we're going to connect that using this little chevron button here. So let's go into Mendix. Obviously this is my front page. Okay, so I'm going to hover over my first module, and I'm going to do a right mouse click and I'm going to go add page. Now there are a bunch of pages that are templates that are available to us to create pages by default. And the one that we're going to use for this is it's going to be a list. So I'm going to click on lists, and it's going to be this one here that says list. What we want is we want a list of all the department information just in a single column. So let's give it a name. I'm going to call it, let's call it view departments. So I've got it now out there. It's going to be a list, and I'm going to click on OK. What Mendix will do is it will create a page using the list template. Now you can see it's already created with all the different widgets and things inside. But of course, it's not actually showing information for us about our department. Now, what's nice about Mendix is Mendix does have a wizard that will help us out here. You'll see that the box has a sort of red dotted line around it with a 1. And what that's actually telling us is that there's either an error or there's some extra information that we need to supply to make this work. Now, if I hover over this and click, you should see the we get this sort of tabbed interface where you can see it says list view, but it's the one that's next to it which is really interesting and important, which says no data source. So this is a page which is designed to show data. And what we haven't done is we haven't told Mendix what data this page will actually display. So if I click on the bit where it says no data source and double tap, it actually brings up a dialog box. Now again, you can do this in the dialog box, you could do it in the toolbox, in the panel on the right inside the properties, not the toolbox, inside the properties panel. But I'm going to do it here. And if we click on data source, this is a place where we can actually tell Mendix what data will be displayed on this page. Now we've already defined our entities inside our domain model. So you can see that one of the entries here is for database. So if I click on select, what it will do is it will show us the existing entities that we have inside our domain model. And the one that we created was department. And you can see it's here. Now if we had multiple entities, they would all appear in a list down this page, but we've only got department for the moment. So I'm going to click on department, click on select, click on OK. And now this is a really important, useful dialog box, because what Mendix will do is it will say, do you automatically want to fill the contents of the list view? So Mendix will run a wizard, and what that wizard will do is it will examine the domain model department table. It will go, oh yeah, it's got 3 bits of information in it, department number, department name and location. And it will actually create the page for us automatically with the right list elements. So let's click yes. And you can see it's done it. It's actually created, altered the table, altered the page, sorry, not the table, the list view. So it's actually going to save and display the information that we want to see that's coming from the department table. Now I can just edit some of this. So let's do that. I'm just going to say, let's say view all departments, something like that. Or let's just say departments actually. Let's say departments. And then let's say view all departments. Like that. Now if I save that, and what we now need to do is we need to go back to our home page, and we need to connect the button that's here to that page. So I'm just going to double tap on that button, and you can see it's got an event here. It says on click. Now currently it doesn't do anything, But what we actually want it to do is we actually want it to show a page. We want it to show the View Departments page. So I'm just going to tap on here and say, and you can see all the kinds of things that we can have when that button is clicked on, when the on-click event occurs. So we can say show a page. It says what page do you want to show, or we say View Departments, click Select, OK, and we've done it. Let's see what happens when we run the app. So I'm just going to save all the different elements that make up the app. Your app is running. Let's click on View App. And now hopefully, if I click on here, it'll take me through to my departments page. And here it is, you can see. Now, of course, we haven't actually got any data in here at the moment. So there isn't anything to actually be displayed. But at least we know that the wireframe is working correctly. Our implementation of the wireframe, the buttons and the linkings working. We click on here and it takes me to the departments page. That's going to be our list view of all the departments. And if I go back, I can go back to the home page.